What up? Guys, it never fails to surprise me how awful Instagram influencers are. And I feel like this story really sums up everything that I hate about Instagram. It's all these fake influencers living fake lives. Nothing's real. The house is rented. The Lambo's rented. And they make you feel bad because you're working your 9 to 5. You got more money than they do. You don't even know that. But you're looking at them like, wow, he's got a Lambo.
She bought a Lamborghini.
Oh my God. How come everyone has Lambos? Oh, incredible. Everyone buys their Lambo. No, they're all rented. The house is rented. The Lambo's rented. The lifestyle isn't real. I keep telling you guys that, but I want to start highlighting it. So this is the first in a series, maybe horrible Instagram or something like that. All right, so to cover this real quick, this trader, he calls himself a wolf trader, claims he can't repay his mom $750,000 because he has to maintain his social media in an extraordinary rant about his love of clothes and watches. Okay, so let's break this down. This is the person we're talking about today, Tyson Schultz, better known as ASXWolf on Instagram. He had 15,000 followers before he deleted his social media following the fallout of all this. But here's what happened. He had a bunch of Subway shops that he owned with his mom. His mom spent her life savings, basically $500,000, on a Subway shop to own with her son. Now, the son managed everything and put it in his own name rather than in his mom's name. So she invests her life savings. This guy's mom's life savings, to be clear. He keeps it under his own name. Finally, she files a lawsuit. Now, at the same time that's happening, this guy's trying to project an image on Instagram that he's this baller. He's living this crazy lifestyle, right? Here's a few pictures from his now deleted Instagram. He's riding speedboats. You know, he's got a helicopter. He's just living the jet set lifestyle, all while not paying his mom, okay? So he's posting this lifestyle and then trying to sell stock tips alongside of it. His excuse basically is, the reason I can afford all this stuff is because I'm an expert stock trader, okay? Look, this is the stuff he would post. Bought me a new toy. Trading has been great for the first half of 2018. Well, January anyway. So he's saying, I bought this Lamborghini, okay? And then he tries to sell basically stock tips on top of that. $500 for this tip because it has the bones to make 5 to 10x money. So that's the backdrop to this story, okay? He's saying he's got a great lifestyle, whatever. Meanwhile, he's not paying his mom, allegedly. So finally, she sues because she realizes, okay, I'm not getting paid. She invested apparently in 2013, $500,000 and never got ownership. So she sues him and the court rules in her favor. They say, you got to pay your mom back $750,000. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is when the house of cards begins to fall. Allegedly, after he was told to pay $750,000 to his mother, he says he doesn't have it. He doesn't have the money. In fact, he says he's on unemployment benefits with a declared income of 44 cents a fortnight. Now, if you're like me and you don't know what a fortnight is, you have to look it up. I'll save you the time. It means every 2 weeks. He's basically making $1 a month. Now, that's probably not true. He's just probably trying to get away from, you know, paying his mom. But isn't it funny that this stock guru who's like posing in front of the helicopter, you know, he's saying, oh, I bought the Lambo. Bro, you're not making $1 a month. And at the court hearing where basically his mom and him are fighting it out for her life savings, he's like, no, mom, I can't pay you back your life savings. Apparently, he released some more damning evidence. He said that he needs $2,500 a week to keep maintaining his lifestyle for the image, for the gram, dude. You got to do it for the gram. You can't be an influencer on $1 a month. You got to have $2,500 a week. Mr. Schultz said he liked to dine out and buy clothes because, quote, that is what social media is about. Listen, guys, we've ruined a generation. We've taught them that image means everything when actually it couldn't matter less. Owning a Lambo, having the image doesn't make you a better trader. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. This guy's not actually trying to trade. He's just trying to sell stock tips. And he's doing that by pretending to be ballin'. If I go and buy a watch tomorrow, a $50,000 watch, I have to keep maintaining the lifestyle for the image, for the selling of the stuff. So he's admitting, hey, the only way I can sell is if I pretend that my life is so great. Meanwhile, you're not even paying your own mother. This is what's so bad about Instagram and these influencers who their whole life is built around, and their success and brand is all built around being something that they're not. And also projecting a false lifestyle onto a bunch of followers who are impressionable, who are like, well, hey, how do I become like ASXWolf? What a baller. But I think the good news and what you can always kind of rely on is these people, they never really get away with it forever. They may get away with it for a little while. It's like Dan Bilzerian, right? Dan Bilzerian did this. He did it much better than this guy. But it's falling apart. And it's falling apart for this guy too. I mean, it turns out the Lamborghini that he said he bought, do you remember that? He said, bought me a new toy. Yeah, it turns out it was a rental. Despite him saying that he paid more than $300,000 for the car. Apparently, in the transcript, he said he only owned the number plate. The only part of the Lambo he owned was the license plate. And I'll just add this in because it's some good schadenfreude. Dude, that Lamborghini that he had was actually seized earlier this year because he was speeding around Australia. And I think he was taking video of himself speeding. But yeah, his car got repossessed earlier this year. Now that basically covers the Daily Mail side of the story. But there's more to it, guys. Because there's a Twitter user by the handle of Stock Swami that has been following Tyson Schultz for a long time. And he's been basically busting open this case way before it ever hit the presses or anything like that. So I got to give a quick shout out to him because he's done some great job in documenting this stuff. Worth noting right at the top is that Stock Swami got the permission of Tyson's family to share this information. Because even though it's public information, it's also sort of personal information as well. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into the most, I think, damning part of this whole thread. It's a long thread. I'll link it below so you can go follow Stock Swami. But one of the big things is that someone from the Subway reached out, the area manager, okay, of the Subway franchises. They reached out, and apparently she was the manager for 4 years. I currently work with his wife, not an ex-wife, because he won't sign the papers. He did have 5 stores and a massive empire. So he was like, he owned a bunch of franchises. And threw all that away, left his missus with jack and over $200,000 of debt, which we are slowly paying back and rebuilding. Yes, he left her with $1 million business, but he left her in a lot of debt. He refuses to see his daughter because he's too busy partying. I've seen the messages, heard the calls, and dealt with him firsthand. It's up to him how he lives and continues on with his life, but it's all for attention and social media. If he's happy, then so be it, but there's no way he can say he left his wife better off or it was good for her, because that is complete bullshit. The man I used to idolize and looked up to very quickly turned into a man you wouldn't want to know. So this is crazy. I mean, so not only the mom's involved, the wife's involved, it gets really personal and nasty. There's bad checks going around. The point is this, guys. What's the lesson? The lesson is that Instagram is not real life. And you can throw away your real life for a fake life. This is sort of the story of Tyson. It's the story of a man who wanted fame so badly that he gave up a successful business and actually successful, relationships, all for the fame, for the clout, for the gram. So that's basically it. I hope you've learned something here. If you have someone you'd like to nominate for a horrible Instagram video, let me know. Looking for all fakes and frauds, because this stuff's out of control, man. We got to call it out.
And don't forget to smash like and subscribe. Thank you.